All right, welcome back to the channel. I know enough to be dangerous. My name's Rob, and today we're going to tackle the Permagreen Brakes. I bought this unit over the winter time to, I don't know if I was going to keep it or what, but these units, let's take a look at it. These units are made for commercial applicators, fertilizer and weed control and stuff like that, or municipalities or hospitals or large businesses with the ground crews might have something like this, but it sprays and spreads granular fertilizer. And I used to sell these in my previous life, and there's really, they're really solid built units. Most of it's plastic and stainless steel, but there are some parts of it, like the rims and the braking system in there is all rusted, gets corrosion, especially the front. All the dry material comes out of here, and all the spray nozzles, all the mist goes right back into these two areas, and it just locks them up. And normally this is what happens. The brakes fail, so that's what's wrong with this thing. They have like a banding brake system, so I'm hoping it's just some adjustment issues, but the fronts look pretty crispy. So we're gonna pull off the front ones first. We got the old jack here. We got the back wheel chocked, safety stuff. We're gonna do like a little mini tool review, which does better, taking these rusty lug nuts off, and they are rusty. Well, they are rusty. They're pretty crispy on there. So I have my trusty dusty Porter cables. This is actually, an old school impact. It's supposed to have a lot of torque. This is their impact drill, and here's a DeWalt impact drill and Milwaukee equivalent, even though this is 18 volts, that's 20 volts. These are both 20 volts. This one doesn't have the battery because it uses this battery. So we're going to try to get these off and see which does better, and then we'll see what the problem is. So on this side, the lug nuts were a little bit worse, and I didn't show, I should have, but the Porter cables they did the job, but they were super slow. Both the DeWalt and the Milwaukee had the correct amount of power and speed. It seems like the Milwaukee was a little bit faster than the DeWalt, but not much. But as you can see, just because it's not a design flaw or anything, but this one is a little bit shorter snout, I guess you'd call it, than the DeWalt, and I can reach in here with the DeWalt without bottoming out, where this Milwaukee, I'm bottoming out with the battery. Not a huge deal, just put a little extension on there, but let's see what's going on this side. Behind the other wheel was a bunch of belts, and I didn't really see anything going on. Boy, that tire's loaded too. Let's get you in here. Same thing, rusty. They make that come off pretty good, don't they? All right, that slides out. Looks like there's brake material. It's just the band, but it looks like there's brake material on the band, and it comes off. Seem to be seeing Zerk fitting, so I'll have to get some grease in there. I hope I don't take that off, but maybe there's a Zerk fitting on the inside. But this seems to be, must be some maintenance. They have that come off that easy. That's what I'm guessing. I guess I could read up on this, but this is a lot more fun. Let's check it out. So let's go up here. So this is the front brake. I hear the cables I hear trying to engage, but when I pull that lever, that sure does not move. Wait a minute though. Watch this thing. Ha! No way. Look at this. This is spline for some sort of something on there to go inside there. And then this looks like a brand new brake band. And it looks like it wants to squeeze up when I'm pulling the lever. No way. You know what? I think these front ones are. These front ones are for steering. That's what those are for. Yeah, because this has a mechanism up in here. So where you turn this sulky back and forth, it applies some brake pressure up here. If you're turning right, it applies brake pressure to the left wheel as you're standing on the machine. And when you're turning right, or turning left, when you're turning right, it applies brake pressure up here. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, would that be too easy? All I got to do is get whatever this piece is, put that on. There's a little ridge there for a snap ring, and then I'd have front brakes. That's awesome. So I'll do some digging on. This has been taped up, huh? This looks like some sort of, maybe somebody's tried to dig into these. Some of the flap, the other side had to flap too. All right, we'll put that right there. All right, let's dig into the back. So now that we got a mess here, let's see, bring you guys in. So here it is, same strap. It's the other one, same adjustment here. Maybe it's just adjustment. Same adjustment here. Take that off so we can lose it. Oh wow, that comes right off really easy. It doesn't seem like it's seized up or anything. Let's see what happens. Nothing. That just seems like it needs to be tightened up. Man, is it that easy? Okay. I just need to tighten that one up. So there's a lock nut on the bottom, and then there's a little thing you gotta hold. I'm sure there's a tool, but today's tool is a sure, probably don't want it too tight, huh? How about now? Oh goodness. Wow. That's probably the easiest thing I've ever done. Let me guess, this side too. Yeah, the other side's the same way. Very excited. This never happens, something this easy. So I'm going to look up the part for the front brakes. I think the back brakes are fine. I didn't have to buy any parts. I bet this guy didn't even dig into what was wrong with this thing. So very, very fun day, very easy day here on the tree farm. It's raining outside. We're wrenching on some equipment that we're eventually going to flip probably. Well, I know we're gonna flip because we'd use this once a year, I guess, and then it would sit. So, till next time, thanks for stopping by. I know enough to be dangerous, farm. My name's Rob. Take care.